Welcome back to Outdoor Gear and Skills. I wanted to talk today about repurposing, specifically bike tubes. So I mountain bike a lot. I've been doing that for a long time. And I used to repair my tires when I got a puncture in the tube. And they just don't hold up that well over time. I didn't care for it, and tubes really aren't that expensive. So what I started doing was cutting out the valve stem and the part that was punctured, and it would leave me with long sections that I could do something else with. So there are a couple of different types. Usually a 26-inch tube was really standard for a long time. Now they are going to a 27.5-inch tube. They're virtually the same, but I have also a road bike. I used to have a road bike and I punctured one of my tubes, so I kept that. And you can see there's quite a bit of difference in here. So I'll use these for different things. So my son got this Tomahawk from Blade HQ in Utah years ago, and it had a paracord handle and it was slipping all over. We didn't care for it, so we took it off and we used a section from the road bike tube and we put that on. Now it gives it a good grip. It's better than having just the composite handle. So that's one of the things we did with it. It took a little bit to get on there, but it doesn't budge now that it's on there. I like to use Altoids cans for a lot of different things. You just take a little section of the bike tube and put it on, and it's perfect to keep those from moving anywhere. So that's really good. I've also put it on paracord. I've put it on straps that I keep in my car. That just makes it nice and secure, so it's not going all over the place. I've also used it for popsicle sticks, tongue depressors. It just holds everything tight on there. I use these for a lot of different things. We'll talk about that later. So these are a little bit smaller popsicle sticks, and I've got a mountain bike section on it right now. It's a little too loose, so these slip in the middle a little bit. So I actually need to divide these out and put them on a road bike section. Being smaller, I'll get this down into 2 or 3 sections and they'll just be tighter, but then they're really handy. I've also got Haagen-Dazs that I've used for different things. I don't care for having a rubber band on it. You've got to put it around several times and the rubber bands just wear out, they break, they're not very strong, and so I don't really care for that. So I'm getting rid of that, and I'm going to take a small section of the road bike tube and just wrap it around there. And then it's just easy to stick these inside in the middle here to stretch it out. But once I do that, and I pick up the one I dropped, once I get those on there, they're a lot more secure, and then it just lays flat right there. I don't have the rubber band stretched all over. It just makes it a lot more secure. I feel good about doing that. It really helps with how I like to secure my stuff. I'm kind of a nerd where I just like things to be secure. I like them to work and have a good purpose. And then I'm not messing around with rubber bands and these kinds of things that are just going to wear out. I'm not throwing the tube in the landfill, so I feel good about that. And just trying to repurpose things. It's a good way to kind of just be creative, and when something can't serve one purpose, you can convert it over into serving another purpose.